Gather around because we've got another one. We have another suspicious email for review, and it turned out to be one of the craftiest phishing scams we've seen yet. It really is a minefield in today's cyber world, so we want to make sure you're educated and aware of these kind of threats that exist out there. This one comes from our friend Mike, and similar to our last video, here we have what seems to be a regular Microsoft login. And the strange thing is, you would be correct, it's a perfectly legitimate login for Microsoft. Allow me to explain in simple terms. The problem is that when Mike clicked on the link on his PC, it took them to the login page being presented by the hackers through a remote device, acting as a kind of man in the middle between them and Microsoft. So if Mike would have entered their username and password, two things would have happened. One, Microsoft receives the login, and two, the hackers would have intercepted Mike's session token since it was being hosted on the hacker's server. And from there, the hackers would have full access to Mike's account, even without knowing their password, and even with multi-factor authentication in place. But to Mike, it would have seemed like nothing happened. In reality, the hackers would now be lurking on Mike's account, learning how he and others communicate through email. And once they're done learning, they would send out emails posing as Mike to clients and vendors, requesting things like wire transfers and password changes. This is why it's so important that we educate our clients and audience about these type of scams. And even more importantly, that if you receive an email from someone you think could be posing as a client or vendor, asking for a password change or to wire transfer money, you have a process in place to verify it's really them. Whenever the transfer of dollars or sensitive data is involved, you need more than just an email confirmation. At least two people need to verify through either a phone call or in person for that extra layer of security. And I know all this might sound complicated, but you don't have to go through it alone. Partnering with a managed security service provider like Nerd Support can make this implementation seamless. We have the tools and expertise to design, deploy, and manage your security to prevent situations like this from happening. We actually only allow Microsoft logins on certain approved devices and IP addresses. That way, even if Mike had his login stolen, it wouldn't work on the hacker's devices. So contact Nerd Support today and make the shift to more secure tomorrow. And of course, like, share, and follow for more tech tips.